And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Macintosh software dating game.
My name is Bill Gates. I'm chairman of Microsoft. And during 1984, Microsoft expects to get half of its revenues from Macintosh software.
But what's the greatest misunderstanding between you and your relationship and about each other? What would you say would be this idea of catfight, this idea of which one of the many?
We've kept our marriage secret for over a decade now.
No, it's been fun to work together. And I actually kind of miss some of the people aren't around anymore. You know, people come and go in this industry. It's nice when somebody sticks around. And
You know, I think of most things in life as either a Bob Dylan or a Beatles song. But there's that one line in that one Beatles song, you and I have memories longer than the road that stretches out ahead. And that's clearly true here.
That was fantastic line.
How did you do this? How did you get them to do it?
You should have been in the green room, let's just say.
But so what happened was, at that D, where the two of them appeared together, we agreed, as part to sweeten the deal, we agreed to give Apple and Microsoft also an additional slot in the conference. Microsoft used it to promote Steve Ballmer, and then Apple did what Apple always did, which was to only allow Jobs to represent them. So he had an individual slot in the afternoon before they did this thing, which was an evening thing. And during that interview, I said to him, you know, iTunes has become one of the biggest and most commonly used programs on Windows, which is true. It's true today. You know, there's hundreds of millions, if not a billion copies of iTunes, way more than the iPods and iPhones, iPads they've sold, because people use it as just a music program and a whatever. I said, how does it feel to be a major Windows developer? And he said, it feels like giving a glass of ice water to someone in hell.
He couldn't
Now
resist.
you tell the rest.
Now what happened in the green room?
So here's the issue. Jobs couldn't resist. That is just what it was like. These are the most famous people in tech, and he just couldn't resist. It was like the kid who likes to, you know, give someone a wedgie. It was like, here you go, just tonight. And we were always like, high level, oh, Jesus. And I was standing in the back with Katie Cotton, and Larry might have been there, and we were like, no. Like, oh, good God, he just insulted him.
And I was sitting there with him and thinking, oh no.
Exactly. Because we thought Gates might pull out, and Gates is already not the most social of people, you know, in general. So he walked into the green room, and it was tense. It was kind of thing. But he was by himself.
Yeah, because he wasn't. Larry was with him.
Anyway, he walked into the green room.
We had a green room meeting, which we typically don't do because it was an unusual thing, and like an hour and a half before they were going to go on, we had was going to be a 10-minute thing in the green room.
So Jobs comes in, I mean, Gates comes in first,
right.
And he's like monotone. He's already not he's not a charming man to chat to with in general, but he was like, yes, no, yes, and I was like, oh God, this is gonna suck. And he was angry. He was clearly angry.
Yeah, he was
and
quite
then
angry.
Jobs walks in and he's smiling ear to ear, and he's like, I got him. Like, he did. He was like, you could see him. He was like radiating. I got you again. You're the richest man in the world, but I just got you.
And as in many green rooms, and I noticed you didn't have this for us tonight, that we had a table with like fruit and beverages and things. Jobs pulled a bottle of water out of a bowl of ice.
Right. But
and
first,
sat down.
But first, Gates finally he answered a question. Gates answered the question fully, and we asked him a question, and he goes, "How would I know? I run hell," you know. And Jobs takes the ice water with the condensation coming after it, and he goes, "Here, Bill, let me help you." And he handed him the thing, and literally it broke the ice, so to speak. And they laughed, and thank God that happened, because it was just.
Bill deserves credit.
That really broke.
But he
the
still didn't want to take a. We had these beautiful Kodak photographers there taking.
Kodak was a sponsor that
Right.
year, and one of the things they did was they sent a super pro
That itself, by the way, we may want to pause to note that
that's
Kodak was a sponsor.
Right.
And it's not long ago.
They sent a very good professional photographer with a beautiful digital camera. I don't know,
Gorgeous
$10,000
pictures.
camera.
That was the picture of my kids. Was one of those cameras.
And we had all the speakers go to the kind of the back of the green room, and Gates didn't want to pose for the.
He didn't want to pose with Jobs, and I finally said, in 100 years, when you're really dead, this is going to be the picture that's going to be in the history book. And he wouldn't do it still, and Jobs convinced him to do it. It was a fascinating moment. I literally was like, "You're going to be dead. You're going to be dead.
So
someday you'll be dead." You know what I mean? Think about not dead. So going back, I mean, it just was amazing, and that's a beautiful portrait of the two of them. I have to say, it's gorgeous.
I don't know if you have it. It's not an on-stage thing. It's
But it was the greatest interview we did.
Yeah, I mean,
and that interview, at the end of it, there was a standing ovation.
People cried.
And there were people crying, which says something about the tech world, because as much as I admire both of these men, and I do, and as much as I'm proud that we got them together on stage, it really wasn't like having Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. on stage or something like that. And yet, to this audience, these people were like gods together.
They're the twin icons of tech, really.